I have to tell you about all that transpired when the Joy Clean Ghana campaign decided to visit some shops at the Kaneshie Market, and it's where we had 5 of them being locked up by environmental health officers of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. And it's all because they failed to observe any of the protocols as introduced to curb the spread of coronavirus. Now, the action, according to officials, follows notices distributed to almost every shop in Accra since February, requiring them to comply. Nancy Emma Fajradosi was with the team and is reporting.
From shop to shop, when we get to a shop and they do not have any of the kits that we ask them to provide, we'll close the shop and then prosecute the shop owner.
The first stop was a frozen foods shop. They had no washing facility, no sanitizer, and showed complete disregard for social distancing.
You have been informed that at the entrance of your business frontage, you have to provide a Veronica bucket here. You talk of washing hands. So where will they wash their hands? We want to see where your Veronica bucket is. Where is it?
I ran and come my boss. So when it's come back, bring the Veronica banner.
Right now that you inform your boss. So for a period that we've been educating this thing, it's now that you have informed your boss.
The owner admitted he was wrong, but added that he had kept the sanitizer in his bag.
So for you not having the Veronica bucket at this point, at this time, no sanitizer, you have to come out. You have sanitizer, so where is the Veronica bucket?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, where is the sanitizer that you have? It's in your bag. So if customers come, they have to come to your bag to take it. Master, get the place ready, put off the electrical joggers all off and come out. We'll close the place. When you get
all the customers were asked to leave and the shop was locked.
Take water to go and sell. Please go out. You, none of you is in. Is wearing a nose mask. Have you? Where is it? But you buy the thing and you put it in your pocket. It means you see, this is not your room. So he's writing a notice for them, and it will follow out with a summons so that we take it from there.
We found a kitchenware shop. From a distance, we saw no hand washing facility, and the shop attendants were without nose mask.
So the law says that when we come around and then you refuse to provide these protocols, kits, we should take action against you. So as it stands now, we are going to lock your shop. Please, where is your mask? You can't even find it. Carry the things inside for us to lock the place. Send the things inside. We are locking the shop.
A shop attendant nearby came to plead.
And you know, smash no one. Veronica bucket way. Only Veronica bucket. Ah, yes, Veronica bucket in see her. And it's you. And it's young to you know what?
If you misbehave, I'll put you inside cells now.
Only to find out her shop also lacked hand washing facilities, sanitizers needed to prevent COVID-19 infections. Just opposite the shop is a beverage shop.
Have you heard of coronavirus? Have you heard of it?
Inspector Sitanga found a bucket and a bowl, which the shopkeeper claimed was set aside for hand washing.
Your hand washing basin at the front of the store here. Where's your Veronica bucket at the front of the store?
We want to buy some.
You don't have some? You don't have some?
But we are using this one.
Listen, you don't have some. Don't tell me you normally use. There is a prescribed Veronica bucket nationally that everybody is using. We didn't say put water in the bucket. When somebody comes, you take a cup and fetch and wash his hands. I take the bucket or the cup, fetch, wash my hands, put it down. A, B has come. Massa. No, it's not about the sanitizer. Listen to the process. This thing is supposed to be on top, outside the store here, with a tap. We come and wash our hands underneath. It's not about you putting the cup there. How many hands pass through the cup? It means already there is contamination and transfer of the organism. Do you agree? So you don't say put cup on the bucket for us to come and take and fetch and wash hands before we do. Please, so come out, we lock the place, we prosecute you, and then others will emulate same. So please, out from the store.
They were also instructed to close. Meanwhile, this detergent shop had all recommended facilities to prevent the spread of COVID-19.
We will say we are very happy, and we encourage that you should try and also educate your friends who are also selling.
This pastry shop were operating under unhygienic conditions, and they had a dirty basin reserved for hand washing.
They display for sale the pastries here, and this is the production room. Looking around, they don't even have any Veronica bucket or any hand protocols kits here. They don't have alcohol-based sanitizer. They don't have a Veronica bucket, and some of the workers are not even on masks. Should somebody have the virus in the hands, and the person come and wash the hands in the bucket, the virus will be waiting in the water. So if I come with my clean hands and come and put them inside this water, I'll pick the virus away. That is why we are encouraging the Veronica bucket. That flows the water down and you wash it down. Nobody will have contact with the water that you have washed. But look at what they are doing here. This one is not.
Just as the place was being closed down, we found an electrical shop with Veronica buckets. The owner had also marked an area to restrict movement of customers.
I ensure that I have a bucket.
You have
a bucket,
you
a
have
washing
your Veronica bucket.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I direct every customer to wash before he comes, and I give the space, like as you can see.
Okay.
Nobody climbs up to meet me.
Okay, you've already provided. You provided this so that nobody will cross in. So there is distance between you and then the customer and you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what have you done again? Okay, fine.
That is
So
it.
you have your Veronica bucket.
Yeah.
You have your sanitizer. Where's your sanitizer? But the sanitizer shouldn't be inside. It should be close to where the hand wash basin
I
is.
thought that anybody that washes his hands is free.
Okay.
But I'm the only one that uses the sanitizer because I touch the money.
Okay. Fine, you've done well.
Meanwhile, Madam Florence Kuche is warning the train could stop at your shop next week.
And we're calling her live. She's right on the line. And Florence Kuche, the Public Health Director of the Assembly, is live. Good morning to you. Now, from what you saw, does it ultimately mean that this is the exercise that's going to be continued to ensure that people comply?
Yes, thank you very much. Good morning, and let me say good morning to our cherished listeners. Yes, what has just started, that is where we are going to continue. We can see that people are feeling reluctant to comply to these simple rules and regulations that is going to help us prevent this disease. We served notices on the 16th of March. Over 6,000 notices to shops and offices for them to provide the protocol, the hygiene protocols kit. And up till now, people are still refusing to provide those things. I don't understand.
So you started sharing notices or giving the notices since February, but you decided to only check whether they were complying until now. Is that what you're saying?
When we shared the notices before the lockdown, we had some checks around the CBD, the Central Business District. In fact, when you go to Okanshi, I can attest that about 99% of the shops there, all of them has this hand washing protocol kits. So after the lockdown, we said let us strip down from the Central Business District and then come to Kaneshie to come and see what is also going on there. For us only to get there to see that people are refusing to abide by all these rules. And let me tell you, my brother, what we have just started, we are going to stiffen the punishment. Any shop that we close, those 5 shops that we close, it's just unfortunate that tomorrow is a holiday. Next week, Monday, they will be going to court. And it will be served as deterrent to anybody that is not ready to help us prevent this disease. We know that this coronavirus disease is a preventive disease. It is only through preventive measures that we can help fight this disease. There is no medicine or drug that has been found out yet to use in treating this disease. It is only preventive measures. And how are we going to prevent ourselves? By washing our hands under running water with soap and water, using alcohol-based sanitizers, and then wearing our nose mask to protect yourself and protect your neighbor from contacting the disease. Because as we stand now, The community contamination is becoming very high. When you take only the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, there's the 3 sub-metros that we have. The number of positive cases we have is so alarming. And it is heartbroken that you educate somebody to do this, and then the next time the person is doing the opposite. You go to people, they have these nose masks, they put them in their pocket, and they sit there. You ask, they remove it from their pocket. When you ask, why are you not wearing? I don't feel comfortable in wearing it. It's better to not feel comfortable in wearing it than to wear, or than to be contracted with these diseases, and then you go and suffer. So we are entreating all the general public to put on these face masks because there is law that is backing us. People are thinking that there is no law, so nobody can be prosecuted. But we want them to know that there is law that is backing us to do this work, and people are going to be prosecuted.
So ultimately, you want to come down hard on these shops or these traders. But is that being replicated across the various markets that you have within the metropolis? Yes,
please. It has been replicated. As I'm speaking with you now, since last week up till now, after the president left the lockdown, officers are being placed at various markets within the Central Business District, ensuring the wearing of these masks. My brother, it will interest you to know that you advise somebody to wear a mask, and the person will ruin insults on you. But you just have to take it with a good set because it is your duty to educate the person. Because some people don't even know the need of wearing this or the importance of wearing the mask. That is why they sometimes insult you. AMA distributed not less than 10,000 masks outside there to the people within our jurisdiction. Yes, the people are refusing to comply.
Okay, so what's the latest step that you're going to take then as a health directorate?
Yes, so that is what I'm saying. So the latest steps we are going to do now is, let me say, in the market sectors, from next week, Monday going, the social distance, people are not trying to comply by it. We are coming out with different kind of tips, and we'll distribute them to the market women as to who comes today and who comes tomorrow. For the wearing of the nose masks, we are placing our task force on all vantage points. When we meet you in the public and you are not on mask, we'll just arrest you, put you in the car, and send you to court. So that people will see how serious it is. Because Ghanaians, some of us, we are playing with our lives. People are not just ready to change from their attitude. Changing is something that is very difficult for a typical Ghanaian. Change to be healthy. People don't want to change to be healthy. They want to remain in their 19. This is very bad.
Well, thank you very much. Florence Kuchi is the Public Health Director for the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. And they had just started with a Joy Clean Ghana campaign also present, inspecting various shops because notices or directives had been given to shops, the shop owners, their occupants, to make sure they complied with the needed protocols in preventing coronavirus. But it looked like 5 of these shops, Bays, Akaneshi, and we went there, of course, brought you those pictures, did not been complying. We'll keep looking at this subject moving on. But next we'll have a discussion. Public universities and how they are undertaking continuous education and learning. How is that being done? Are the various student bodies themselves satisfied with the way the management or administrators of these universities are doing this? We will treat this next with Mama Yusa Bwaji having these interactions with various SRC presidents of all the universities in Ghana right here.